Welcome to More Organised, Less Clutter, a podcast to empower individuals and neurodivergent families with practical, realistic tools to create a more organised, sensory-friendly, clutter-free and intentional home that works with your lifestyle and brain, not against it. I'm Narelle King, a professional organiser and neurodivergent mum who understands the unique challenges of family life. I help people just like you simplify your space, build sustainable organisational systems and create more breathing room physically and mentally. Every fortnight, you'll hear solo episodes and guest conversations filled with practical strategies on decluttering, home organisation, routines for neurodivergent families, mindful living, and how to build a home that feels safe, calm and functional. You'll walk away with actionable takeaways you can implement even if you only have 10 minutes to spare. Ever opened a drawer and thought, how did it get this messy again? I only cleaned it last week. In today's episode of More Organised, Less Clutter, I'm talking with Natalie, the owner of Little Label Co., an expert in all things tidy, labelled and organised. And she's sharing simple, realistic strategies to help you organise drawers and cut clutter. Please excuse the audio because we were on our phones and it's not the best quality. But if you're tired of clutter creeping back in and you want simple real-life systems that make your home easier to manage, this episode of More Organised, Less Clutter is for you with Natalie from Little Label Co. Today on More Organised, Less Clutter, I'm talking with Natalie, the owner of Little Label Co., a brand centred around the right tools and products to help you live an organised life. She will help you with the drawer organisation hacks that she uses. And welcome, Natalie.
Thank you, Narelle, for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for making the time. So let's start. If you were a Barbie doll, what two accessories would you come with?
I love this question. I am a boring, busy Barbie, very predictable. I can't leave the house without my iced latte and, of course, my phone, because my whole schedule, whole life is organised in that phone. So
Yes.
I can't leave the house without those two items.
Oh, imagine if something happened to your phone. Like I think about that all the time because everything is on our phones these days, isn't it? Yeah. And it's always an ice latte. It's not hot in winter. Really. I love that. Maybe if you moved to Melbourne, you definitely would be looking at the hot maybe because it's freezing some days down here.
Really fine.
Yeah, exactly. So if I was to come to you in Sydney as a professional organiser, what area would you like support with organising?
I'd have to say my wardrobe.
Yeah.
So I've got every other room in the house organised with great systems. But when it comes to my wardrobe and possibly the linen cupboard, I need help.
Yeah.
Only because I'm a bit of a hoarder in the wardrobe. I have an emotional attachment with my items in my wardrobe. So it's very hard for me to declutter. That's my weakness.
And would you say like the items are like nostalgic? Like there's some older ones, they might not fit, they might not. It's just that you great memories from those items.
Fit again. I just like to hold on to the items in my wardrobe.
Do you put away some of them into like boxes or storage of some kind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially because we lack a bit of room in our wardrobes. So it's very important that we have that sort of system where things that aren't used, especially seasonal items, they are tucked away in boxes in another room, in our spare room, and the items that we use frequently are in the main bedroom.
Yeah. And do you change over seasonally as well? Or, I mean, Sydney isn't as bad as we are down here, but yeah, you do change over. Yeah.
But we have to.
Yeah.
The stockings, the boots, the scarves, the beanies, they are all put away for most of the year and they only come out 3 months of the year.
Yeah. Whereas I find we probably keep ours out until nearly Christmas before we're lucky something. It can definitely be. And then it might even be May that we can still have a warm day. So yeah, you need it. Yeah. But it is definitely now. We've definitely changed over. It's definitely cold. There's no wearing shorts or anything like that now. So what strengths do you bring to your business, Little Label Co., that are unique to you for yourself and for the business?
Look, firstly, we are a one-stop shop for all things organisation, from pantry to wardrobe to garage to a linen closet. We sell everything for every room possible. I think what makes us different is that we're also, for me, I'm selling a feeling. I want the brand is centered around giving people the right tools and products to help them feel what I feel when I'm organized. I want them to feel the same satisfaction and happiness that I feel. So it's about implementing organizational systems to live their most organized, stress-free, happy life. So it's helping others solve problems with our product solutions.
Which you do very well. And I feel like all the products that you have, have been tested and tried, and you're like, yes, these are, yeah. Do you have a favorite products that you like to use or even recommend to people?
I always say the Lazy Susan.
Yeah.
I just think such a functional, it doesn't take up too much space, but gets in those corners. Yeah, I love a Lazy Susan. I've got one everywhere.
Yeah.
Bathroom, kitchen, pantry, fridge.
Yeah, and they're great for like corners and just those trouble spots, because not everyone can design their kitchen the way, or their house. And especially if it's a rental, I find it's really great to use Lazy Susans as well. And a tiered step is another favorite of mine if we need to as well. Yeah. So what are the biggest mistakes that people make when organizing drawers?
Okay, so firstly, they don't declutter for organizing the drawers. So it's very important for them to pull out everything, declutter, throw away the items that you don't use often, keep the ones that you use frequently. I think that's a very common mistake. Also, that one system, it's not one size fits all. One system won't work for every drawer, or won't work the same for every person. So it's important that before you place those systems, that you've got the family involved. Make sure that you have a system that works for all.
It's great that you consult with everyone else, because as soon as you make changes, I know for myself in my own house, it doesn't stay like that. If I haven't told everyone, things will just turn back up in different spots again. So yeah, having everyone on board is really important.
Thing that I recommend to my customers, before you're buying your items, make sure you measure your space first. Because it's very easy to see the Pinterest and Instagram photos and want to grab something. But before you do that, a measurement and to see if it's going to fit in your space. Yeah, I always advise don't buy without measuring, because it's not one size fits all.
And that is a big mistake I do see. Lots of people, when before I get there, want me to sort of bring everything. And I'm like, no, just wait. We'll just declutter and organize the space, and then we'll measure, and then we'll get the items that are going to work for you. Yeah, so that's great advice for people thinking about looking at actual products. It's like those other steps need to be done first. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what about creating a drawer system that actually stays organized, like long term? Well, I'm always about we need to reset, but in a busy household that it's going to last, a couple of months, and then they can reset, even if they just reset it once a week.
Yeah, that's crucial. I still do that every 3 months. All those drawers that I've organized gets a declutter and a reset. We have to. We have young kids. We're living in the house, so it's natural to get messy. So definitely reset, regular decluttering, creating zones. I think that's the most important. Creating zones, having a permanent home for your like items, and keeping it simple and realistic.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a young family.
So do you have particular items that you like to use to create those homes if it is in a drawer? Yeah. So what is
correct?
Yeah.
So I have 2 daughters, and in the morning it's a rush. They've got long hair. They like to do their hair. So in the laundry, it's between the living room and the garage. I've got a drawer designated for them with clear tubs with their hair ties, hair clips, and their sprays, their deodorants, their sun cream. That's all in that tub for them. So it's a stress-free, easy morning routine.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So that's their permanent home for their items. And they know to walk past, grab their items, do their hair, put on their sunscreen, and walk out.
Yeah, that's great. And it's like in a central location that's on the way out. Yes. So there's no back and forward. And that's the thing, I think, isn't it? When I'm organizing in a home, and we might suggest that, it's like, oh, shouldn't we do it in the bathroom? It's like, well, it's not on the way out the door. So there's no rules to say it has to be in the bathroom. It could be at the actual door, the front door as you're leaving, if you don't have to go through a car, a garage. Yeah. So what simple drawer organization hacks do you have that make the biggest difference?
Okay, so of course, I love using clear tubs to organize drawers. Like I mentioned, making a permanent home for your items. Secondly, make sure your most used items are at the front. So the items that you don't use often, keep to the back.
Yeah.
And labels. So it's hard to label drawers because the tabs you're not looking at the tabs from the side. But in my kids' bedroom drawers, I've got image labels.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And I think that's another great idea for young kids to identify and access their items easily.
Definitely.
Not words. So it's a little bit more fun for them. And especially for neurodivergent families, the images stands out more and easier for them to put back and keep neat.
And remember where it goes as well, isn't it? And until you've built that habit, maybe for some people.
Moving it, but knowing to where it belongs when you're putting it back.
Yeah. I have just found these. This was actually a client who gave me these suggestion, but they're like a magnetic paper, and you get them at Officeworks and you can write on it, and you can actually erase it off with a whiteboard marker. Like it write on it with a whiteboard marker, but they stick on things as static energy. And then, so you could just use it because I know some people are like, oh, I don't want labels all over my cupboards, or a drawer, but you can put it on there. Like I'd been testing them out with my own family, and they're like, Mum, why do we need to know where the trays are? We know. And I was like, I'm just testing them out on you guys to see if they work, because I do have that happen a lot. Like families will be like, I'd like the label for a bit, but I don't need it permanently. So this is a way of adding the label, but then take it away. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is from a client. She shared them. Yes. I'll put a link in the show notes. And is there anything else that you have, any other organization hacks that you think are really important for drawers or just anything in particular in the home?
Look, the other thing is we tend to overbuy. Or I do.
Yeah.
So I have a rule in my house, it's one in, one out. So when we put one item in, I ensure that the girls know too that we remove one item. That could be clothing, that could be a new pen. And again, we don't have a huge home. We have very small spaces. So especially for people who do have small spaces, it's important to have that rule in place, one in, one out. And it just keeps it neater.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just collecting.
Yeah.
It's going to be piled at the back of the drawer.
Yeah. And it's just overwhelming, isn't it, for families when there's too much, and it's that visual clutter, but also just the clutter of that feeling of too many things in your home and feeling overwhelmed. So what's one thing that you wish the listeners would do to be more organized?
Well, I'm going to start by saying it can be very overwhelming. So start small, baby steps, room by room. Don't, it is overwhelming. You don't have to tackle it all at once. So even if you can just start by your junk drawer or a cutlery drawer, start small. So I always advise that to my customers. And creating a system that's easy to maintain and that works for everyone in the household. It's not about getting your Pinterest perfect Instagram worthy space. You need to think about how it's going to work for the whole family.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was going to also ask you. When you have the one in, one out rule, do you have a location where you put those items, like a box of some kind, like, for donations within your home? Yeah.
It's throwing out or donating.
Yep.
And then with our wardrobe, like I said before, it's hard to get rid of clothing. I do have a box that I will pop the items in. And if I don't use those items for 6 months, then I will donate it. I'll give it away.
Yeah, that's great, because it's great hacks for people who have got smaller homes and really have to think about the amount of things that they're bringing into their space. Yeah. So what is the best place for listeners to connect with you?
We are on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and our store. We have an online store. We have a showroom in the northern beaches of Sydney.
Do you?
Okay. You can always pop in and shop with us there. And our website is www.littlelabelco.com.
Yes, and you have beautiful products. I love your Instagram, and just even looking at it, all the beautiful products, but the pictures as well of how people could potentially organize their areas in their home, plus the labels. So you because I think that's how I first connected with you, was through labels, and you still do labels as well.
Yes. And that's how this business started. I was on my dining room table, and I just made some pantry labels for myself, and that's that was, that's how we started. And we're still selling the same labels that we started with.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The vinyl decals that everyone seems to love.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Natalie.
Thank you for having me, Narelle.
If you find yourself wasting precious time searching for misplaced items and wishing for a more organised life, then you need my 5-minute declutter ebook, the ultimate guide to quick and easy organising solutions for a clutter-free and happy home. Forget about spending months KonMariing your house. These fun solutions are designed to give you immediate results in under 5 minutes. Head over to Simply Happy in the resource section and download your free copy and start seeing results in minutes. I'd like to acknowledge the Wathaurong people of the Kulin Nation on which this podcast is recorded as the traditional custodians of the land. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.